This video shows you how to use Visual Studio's Page Inspector feature to browse an ASP.NET MVC4 web application, quickly locate sources of generated markup, and make changes to them. First, create an ASP.NET MVC4 web application. Click File, New Project, and then select ASP.NET MVC4 web application. In the MVC4 Project dialog box, select Internet Application. Leave Razor as the default view engine. To browse the MVC application, right-click the project and select View in Page Inspector. Page Inspector calculates the correct route in the MVC application and displays the corresponding file in its built-in browser. The bottom pane of Page Inspector contains browser tools similar to the F12 tools in Internet Explorer. However, you can use the Page Inspector tools without having to leave the Visual Studio environment. Page Inspector's inspection mode lets you quickly discover the source of rendered elements. To start, click the Inspect button. When you move the mouse pointer over an element in the browser, Page Inspector opens the file that generated the element and highlights the corresponding code or markup for you in Source View. Click the element in the browser to select it. At the bottom of the Page Inspector window, the HTML tab displays the markup for the selected element. The Styles tab shows you the CSS rules for the element, and the Trace Styles tab shows the style properties for the element in alphabetical order. Now you will see how to use Page Inspector to find and make changes to markup whose location might be hard to find. Scroll the Page Inspector browser window to the bottom of the page. Click the Inspect button and place the mouse over the footer area. Page Inspector opens the layout.cshtml file in Source View and highlights the footer section. You may have thought that the footer was on the index.cshtml page, but Page Inspector took you to the correct location in the layout file, saving you an extra step. Now we'll make a sample edit using Page Inspector. Click the Inspect button. In the Page Inspector browser window, move your mouse pointer over the line with a copyright notice. Page Inspector highlights the corresponding line in the layout file. Add some text to the source. When you add some text, the update bar notifies you that the source has changed. Press Ctrl-Alt-Enter to save the files and refresh the Page Inspector browser. Here you can see that the change has been made. Next, you will see how you can use the Page Inspector Trace Styles tab to make and preview changes to CSS. In this sample template application, the logo text is orange instead of gray. To find where to make the change, click the Inspect button, click the orange text, and then open the Trace Styles tab. Expand the color property. Here you can change the color value temporarily and see the change immediately in the Page Inspector browser. To make the change permanent, double-click the Site Title class. Page Inspector opens the site.css file for you automatically in a temporary window on the right. When you click the Site.css tab, Page Inspector conveniently highlights the definition of the style class where you need to make the change. When you are done, press Ctrl-Alt-Enter to save the files and refresh the Page Inspector browser. The color of the logo text has been changed and saved. Here are a few final tips. You can browse any view in an MVC project by right-clicking a view file and choosing View in Page Inspector. If you wish, you can also set Page Inspector to be the default web development browser by selecting it in the Visual Studio menu. This concludes our quick look at Page Inspector and how you can use it to be more productive when developing ASP.NET MVC web applications.